Hey there guys, what is up? It's Cameron here from Esports News UK and I am here with...
Oscar Pelling.
And you're from Null, so can you tell me a little bit about your role within Null, how long you've been with Null, what is it that you actually do for them?
So I joined the Newell in, let me think, it was August. I think it was late August when I decided that I wanted to become a bit more involved as a journalist in the esports scene. And I thought maybe one day it'll be my job, so I thought I should try and get some experience in. And at the time I saw an advert put out that they were looking for writers for the written content team. And I responded, and I ended up getting this spot. And I've been working for them since then, writing articles about the teams that take part in the Newell and the events that happen and stuff like that.
So speaking of events, we had Null Live today. It was a fantastic event. Did you expect like a turnout as big as this? Were you expecting more? Were you expecting less? You know, compared to stream numbers as well, were you expecting more, expecting less?
I didn't really have much prior experience of this kind of event. I wasn't sure how many people would turn up. I mean, early in the day, it wasn't as many as certainly at around midday. A whole lot of people turned up, and the room seemed to fill very quickly. And the crowd, I mean, I hope it's come through in the VODs because the crowd were fantastic. They were really, really good during the games. The room was full of people, so that's fantastic. I think it's really great for events like this to have a big turnout because I think it really makes it all the more immersive and really great to be part of.
So what did you think of the atmosphere? You know, the crowd was very energetic, they were very lively. Does that give you a warm feeling inside to see that people are enjoying it as well as being here?
I think it really adds to the event. I think that it brings something that nothing else can. And I think it's fantastic to see people passionate about esports. Because there was certainly a lot of them today. And more events like this, high quality League of Legends, where people will turn up just to watch it. I think it's fantastic.
So Null had the community games today. You know, what was that like for you watching in the background? Did you enjoy it? Did you wish you were on the stage with a couple of the Null people that got to play?
Of course I did. Yeah, I would have loved to have played. But I don't really mind too much that I didn't. I probably would have fed. So it's probably a good thing that I didn't play. I think one of my biggest problems is that watching League makes me want to play League. So
yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
So today has made me very much want to go home and play lots of Vayne.
So you're a writer for Null. Are there any sort of paths into becoming a writer for esports, or would you just say go out, do it? Are there any positions open up on Null if there's anyone out there that wants to become a writer?
So I started writing about esports when I was doing a journalism BTEC at college, because I realized it was something I knew I could write, but I didn't really know at the time what I was particularly passionate about, and I thought I do love games and esports, so I decided for some of my project work on the course to write about esports, and from that point onwards I thought this is something that I really do enjoy doing. And our written content team is always looking to bring on more writers, people willing to contribute to the website, because we'd love to have a larger team. More content is fantastic. So yeah.
So for you, where do you see the Null going in the future? Do you expect massive coverage next year? A lot more teams, more than the 300 plus that enter this year. Are you expecting to break a record, go 400 plus next year, or you're hoping for around the same numbers?
I'll take what comes. I haven't really got a whole lot of expectations. I'm sure it'll be fantastic because I've been taking part in it for 2 years now, and for both years it's really been brilliant. And I think what Josh has done and everyone who works at the Newell has done, I think is amazing, and I think I'm very proud to be part of it all.
So most recently, Null got sponsored by Game. What's it like for you being a part of Null as an organization to finally get sponsored by such a big company like Game?
It's strange actually, because of all the companies out there, I didn't think Game would be one of the ones that would sponsor us. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that a big brand wants to associate with something like the Newell. I think it's very deserving of that. I think hopefully more and more bigger brands will want to get interested, because I think esports is just going to grow and grow, and I think that there's a whole lot of people out there who just want to consume more and more esports in whatever form it comes, and I think university esports is really great to watch and really engaging.
So university esports, 18 plus, that's where people get involved. Do you think maybe for the UK scene we need to push more younger people into the game at college level, maybe set up something at college?
Well, it depends what the angles are you're looking at. If it's if we're looking one day to compete with countries like Korea, who they pick up players really early and they nurture them and they develop them. And I think the problem is always going to be that in the UK that infrastructure just it's in its very infant stages. But some of these university teams, they've got coaches and they've got people helping them out to improve and really put some time and effort into getting better. And I think every year that goes by, the university teams really do improve, and the standard of the game goes up by quite a considerable amount. So, maybe one day we'll be able to claim a component of some pros' success as a part of developing their talent.
So finally, the last question, following on from what you've just said. So to establish the UK as a scene and to grow, what do you think is needed as fundamentals to grow the scene, to be as big as America, where there's all these influx of sponsors and a lot of hype around the teams?
It's a hard one. I think one of the biggest problems with the UK is that gaming in general has never been as big as, even in Europe. I think in America it's easier because they have a lot of big name sponsors that want to become associated with esports. And in Europe you have countries where gaming tends to be less, I don't want to say frowned upon, because I don't think it's very frowned upon, but people tend to just do a whole lot more of it. And in the UK, it tends not to be the case so much. So I think, I think as the years go by, that not so much stigma, but that aversion to people getting really into games will tend to go away, and you will get more people who are really into it and have been doing it for a long time. And I think that's when you'll start seeing a lot more people from the UK ending up being professional esports athletes.
Are there any final thoughts that you'd like to add?
I've had a wonderful time today. It's been fantastic, and like I said, I'm really proud to be part of what I think is an amazing organisation, and I'm very glad I got to watch the games. I thought both teams were brilliant, and I consider myself very lucky to be part of this whole thing. So I'm thankful for that.